feel very connected to them. The talk today is entitled "To Be or Not to Be," and I'm not sure what's going to come after that. But what came were these two words, which are Sat Nam. Sat Nam. And Sat Nam, when we use it in Kundalini Yoga, we use it in several ways, but one of the ways that we do is when we're meditating or breathing, doing a posture, doing whatever, we inhale Sat silently and exhale Nam. And Sat Nam means I am truth. Truth is my identity. So Sat, say with me, Sat, Nam. I am truth. Truth is who I am. So it brings us right back to that truth, to that place of our soul, to that deeper connection, instead of all the other things that the mind wants to say we are. We come back, we cut through all of that, and we come back to the purest place. So you can try that this month if you'd like to, is when you're breathing in, breathe in Sat, and when you breathe out Nam. And especially when your mind is being very active. It gives the mind a focus, a powerful focus. When I was sitting and asking what the theme was for this month, which I do every month, these words came, and I'm thinking, but I'm not William Shakespeare. Maybe I'm going to channel William Shakespeare. But it came out to be or not to be. And I thought, oh, how powerful are those words, aren't they? To be or not to be. It's really a choice every moment, isn't it? I was thinking, wow, if you think about those words, that's really our journey in life. We have a choice, to be or not to be. To be ourselves or not to be ourselves. To be light or not to be. To shine or not to shine. Isn't that true? Isn't that kind of what we're here on this journey, to consciously make that decision, especially the spiritual journey, which is really the only journey we're on, is remembering, is coming back to that place of remembering. And I thought, that's just so simple, to be or not to be, What do I want to be in this moment? In every moment we get a choice, Do I want to be happy in this moment? Do I want to be joyful? Do I want to be awake? Do I want to be alive? Do I want to be healthy? Isn't that true? We do affirmations and we do all these things to shift our mind, but to just stay with those simple words, to be or not to be. What do I choose to be in this moment? I thought that was really powerful. I can finish my talk now. No, I thought that it's really about reminding ourselves, because we do know. Just there's part of us that kind of forgets sometimes. But how simple is that, to just practice? Okay, in this moment, what do I want to be? What do I want to create? What do I want to bring forth? Because every thought is a vibration. Every thought is a vibration. So am I vibrating at what I want, I know we all do this anyway, but it's a good reminder sometimes, isn't it? Just to sit with, what do I want to be? What am I creating in this moment? With this breath. A good meditation practice, to sit and breathe. Breathe in Sat Nam and breathe in, what do I want to be in this moment? What am I calling in this breath? Because as we do that, our future changes. As we do that, the next moment changes. Powerful. Yes? So there's a few things I got some wonderful quotes, and one is from Lao Tzu. Is that how you say it? Lao Tzu. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Interesting one, huh? I would add another part of that when I let go, I become who I am. We were talking earlier, and I did a little short video earlier about surrender. And I know place of surrender, of letting go of what we think things should be, of what we think the time frame should be, of all of that stuff. And it's can be challenging at times for the ego part of our mind to let go, to say, okay, I'll let go. But I really think that this time in life, this time on the planet is a time of really being able to let go, to surrender deeper to who we are, to our own truth, to letting go of things having to look and be a certain way, and be open to a greater picture, a greater possibility that the universe has for us, for all of us. So you might just close your eyes for a moment and say, I am open right now for a greater possibility to take place in my life. I'm open, you can say it out loud, I'm open right now for a greater possibility to take place in my life. I am open right now for a greater possibility to take place in my life. And breathe that, and breathe through fear that comes up, and breathe through doubt that comes up, and breathe through all the stuff that gets in there, and be open to something greater. Because it's always present. It's always there. It's one thought away. If we're willing. If we're willing. So I got a message yesterday to read this quote from Marianne Williamson, and I know that most of you have heard it before. It was in Nelson Mandela's speech, and it's such a good reminder of what I'm talking about. And it's, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and famous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to magnify the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Isn't that true? That really came to me in thinking about to be or not to be, and to be who we really are, And I was thinking about my life as I was thinking about this subject and this talk today, and just the interesting journey of life, and I spent most of my school years wanting to be someone different, not happy with who I was. And it kept showing up, because I'd get beaten up, and that energy would show up in ways that I didn't want it to. But I never felt comfortable in my own skin. It wasn't until I was in my 20s that I realized what my gifts were, that I was ready to appreciate them and ready to accept them. But I went through most of my life in school, especially, wanting to be somebody else, something else, feeling like there was really something wrong with me. I don't know, have any of you experienced anything like that? And it was a lonely road. It was really lonely. And I found myself attracted to friends that I thought were my friends and weren't, and all that stuff. And it's stuff, it's part of the story. But it's such an interesting journey, that was my journey to get where I am today. And I'm grateful for it. And I have to remind myself that that's where I've come from. That it's okay to be me. That it's really okay. And that it's okay to be different. Because I think the biggest thing for me was I was really different. I was a child who was very sensitive and and knew where people were holding energy in their bodies and knew where people had pain, because I felt it all from the time I was 3. And that just, I didn't understand it. I just felt, I'm a freak. I'm different. Something's wrong with me. And that was my affirmation to myself for so many years. Not anymore. Not anymore. But you know, that's the journey. The journey is to keep coming back and remembering and you know who we are, and to keep affirming that it's okay to be me. It's really okay to be me. And it's okay to shine my light, and it's okay to be different, and it's okay to say what I need to say, and to be who I'm meant to be, who I came here to be, who I am. So I want to repeat after me. It's okay to be me.
It's okay to be me.
It's okay to be me.
It's okay to be me.
And just turn to the person next to you and say that it's okay to be me.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's a good one to affirm, isn't it? We almost have to give ourselves permission, like it's really okay, you know? I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? That we have to give ourselves permission to be okay to be who we are. You know, that we go through our whole lives trying to be somebody else. How many of us go through our entire lives trying to be what other people want us to be? What other people think we should be? I've seen people in careers their whole life because that's what their family wanted them to be, and they hated every minute of it. Do you know anyone like that? You know, we need to have the courage to say, no, it's okay to be me, and I'm gonna step in that right now. I'm gonna, you know, have the courage to live that now in my life. And I'm gonna create people around me that support me in the process. Because how amazing we all are, aren't we? Yes?
Yes.
We all have our incredible gifts. We all have our incredible spirit and soul that we're here to share. And we forget sometimes that it's okay to do that. Even if it doesn't sound the way someone else thinks it should, or, you know, even if whatever you're doing isn't exactly the way it's supposed to be. It's exactly how it is, how it should be, because it's who you are. I just thought that was such an important message for this month, and for today, and for every day, really, to give ourselves permission to shine in the way that we need to shine, whatever that looks like. I remember when I wrote Spiritual Medicine, which was my first book, and I went to the States. I published it here, and I went to America, and I found a publisher in America, and I went around America with the book, and I had it in my head I was going to be on Oprah. Some of you have heard this story, but I was going to be on Oprah. I wanted that. That was my intention. I'm going to be on Oprah. I'm going to be on Oprah. I'm going to be on Oprah. So I created a meeting of publicists who got people on Oprah. Not many of them, but she was one. And she contacted Oprah's producer, and they said, okay, Laurie, we'll get you on. We'll give you the segment on emotional healing, emotional stuff, because that's really been my main focus in my work is around releasing emotions and having emotional health and all that. And so it was all set. And I was over the moon. It's like, wow, all set. I'm going on Oprah. People said to me, do you have everything in order? Do you have enough books? Do you have everything? Because once it happens, you know, everything's going to change. And I think a part of me went, So a week later, my publicist gets a call from Oprah's producer, and the producer says, I'm sorry, but we've given the show, the idea of the show to Phil, Dr. Phil. So we won't be getting Laurie on the show. And for a moment, there was like devastation in me. There was this sinking feeling in me of, oh my God. And then someone said to me, well, what if just one person got your book and made you change their life? That's all that you really have to think about. That you just have to do what you're here to do. And if you're meant to meet Oprah, go on her I just thought, this is what I'm here to do, and this is who I am, and I just have to keep doing it, regardless of how it's supposed to look, and regardless of, what's going to show up. And that was a big turning point for me, a huge turning point for me, in not focusing on how it's supposed to look, but just focusing on doing what I'm here to do, and joyfully doing it. And so I have, and the difference has been incredible. So it's such a wonderful message for all of us. It's just to keep doing what you're here to do, what gives you joy, what makes you happy, what feeds your being. Just keep doing it. Have a focus in mind, but keep letting that go. I didn't stop doing my work because Oprah didn't get me on her show. That would be, I could have made that choice. But it made me even stronger because of it. It made me even more focused to do what I'm here to do. In my way, without worrying about grandeur. I think that was more ego. That's probably why I didn't get on. It was more my ego really wanted it than my soul wanted it. Does that make sense? And really, it's about what our soul is here for. Not so much the ego, but what our being, our true self, our true identity is here for. And that's an important lesson to remember. I wasn't even going to talk about that, but I think that was the whole reason for this talk today. It was really to not worry about how it's going to look or what's going to happen, but just do it. Do it and be it. Dan and I talk about this a lot, about how important his music is, and just to do his music, because that's what he's here for. And everything else will take care of itself. Everything. That's all we ever have to remember, is if we're in line with our soul and what we're here to do, everything else will take care of itself. Everything. Financially, everything we need. If we only trust that. Isn't that true? Isn't that a great practice? And it takes courage. This journey takes so much bloody courage. Doesn't it? To be on the spiritual journey and to be in alignment with our true self and to be on this path takes so much courage. So turn to the person next to you and say, "You're so courageous." And now turn to them again and say, "You know what? I'm courageous." Let's all say that out loud. I'm courageous. I am courageous. I'm courageous. I remember Michael Beckwith, who was my teacher in the States, said, not just to me, but to everybody, that to be on the spiritual journey is a big thing, and that it's not for everybody. He said it's not for wimps. It's not. It's not for the ill-hearted. It's really for those of us that are willing to go through the ups and downs and the dark nights of the soul and all the things that come with being on the spiritual journey and being authentic and being real and being willing to be open and come from that place, truly. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be any other way anymore. Because once you're on this journey, that's it, you're on it. You can't go back. Even if you wanted to, you can't go back. Isn't that true? You're on it. You're here. And welcome. We are the people that we've been waiting for. We're it. We're it. Every one of us is it. We're the ones that we call forth in this time on the planet. We're it, together. Isn't that true? We're it. Look around this room. This is it. We all called each other in at this time in history, at this time on the planet. We are it. We're it. How wonderful. How scary sometimes, but how wonderful. We're it. This is it. We're it. We're the ones that are making the greatest. I was going to say are going to. We're the ones that are making the difference now. And the more we stand in our truth, the more we live from that place of being who we really are, the greater difference we make to humanity. Isn't that true? Yeah. The more we're willing to speak up and say, no, greater difference we give to the planet, to each person, the more we uplift and empower someone else. And that's the greatest gift we can give. The greatest gift. It doesn't matter what job you have. You could have a job as a teacher, but be the best teacher. Be you as a teacher. Let that shine through. There's a woman that has come to my workshops, and she lives in Biga, and she teaches her kids. She's a school teacher, and she's been teaching them from, I guess, for years and years, even before it became okay. Yoga, meditation, affirmations. And I said to her, that's incredible. I said, those kids are getting an opportunity to learn stuff that maybe they never would have before. And it's because she has the courage to step into something that started off different. Now it's happening more and more, but it's still something that's not happening every school, everywhere. So that's the call, right? For all of us, that's the call now, is to really be who we are, and to have the courage to do it in our way, even if it doesn't fit with what other people, but to do it our way. Do you know what I mean by that? To do it what feels in alignment with our soul. So important, whatever it is, whatever it looks like. I wanted to read something from Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if he says Tolle or Tolle always. Anyway, we know who he is. This is from Practicing the Power of Now. It says, when you surrender to what is, and so become fully present, the past ceases to have any power. The realm of being, which had been obscured by the mind, opens up. Suddenly a great stillness arises within you, an unfathomable sense of peace. And within that peace, there is great joy. And within that joy, there is love. And at the innermost core, there is the sacred, the immeasurable, that which cannot be named. Take a breath. And I just invite you to close your eyes for a minute. Just take several deep breaths. And just breathe right into your deepest place, that deepest place in your heart, that deepest place in your being, connecting to your soul, to your higher self in this moment. And just asking the question to your higher self, what am I here for? What am I here to be? Just breathe that in. What am I here for? What am I here to share, actually? What am I here to share? And what am I here to be? What am I here to share? And what am I here to be? And breathe that in. And just see what comes into your mind. What words, what feelings, what pictures. What am I here to share? And what am I here to be? And you might even ask it this way. What is my soul here to share? And what is my soul here to be? What is my soul here to share? And what is my soul here to be? What is my soul here to share? And what is my soul here to be? Those are wonderful questions to contemplate. And just allow it to unfold as it needs to. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. says, the winds of grace are always blowing, but you have to raise the sail. The winds of grace are always blowing, but you have to raise the sail. So did anyone get a message in that? I would love to hear. If anyone wants to share what your soul is here to share, and what are you here to be?
A healer.
Honey, I want to cry when you say that. Just that acknowledgement of, yeah. Different than what you are now?
More so.
Yeah. Are you ready? Willing?
More so.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else?
When I do my Reiki in future, in the area which I choose to go, I got the word reconnection, to reconnect people with their own strengths, their inner strengths, and not so much as a channel when doing work, doing the Reiki, but having them actually feel themselves, their energy and the strength is within in the knowledge, the connection.
What a gift. What a gift. Beautiful.
I got authentic. Just authentic in every single thing I do. That's definitely been a practice.
Being authentic. Some of us don't even know what that means. And I guess it comes back to the beginning of this talk, which is, it's okay to be me. It's okay to be me. And it's okay to do things my way. You know that, what was that song? I do it, Mom. I didn't have a great voice, but no. Who sang that?
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra, yeah.
Who has this on?
Yeah.
But you know what? It has so much meaning. Because it's about being who we really are, and not being afraid, and being brave enough to just keep saying yes. We talked about this last month, that just say yes. To just keep saying yes. Yes to being authentic, and yes to being real, and yes to living from that place, and to being from that place. And then when you are, the universe will just wrap its arms around you, and you will bring forth the most amazing people to help you do whatever you're here to do. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.